Rock Show, the core of new rock and metal.
I have the amazing honor of being joined by Dan and Porter of Atreyu. This is insane having you on the show. So thank you very much for joining me. How are you guys doing? Where do we find you today?
London.
Yeah,
we're at
in
the
London.
Roundhouse, the last show of this Bullet for My Valentine tour.
Mm-hmm. And thanks for
Big
having
one,
us.
Yeah.
Honestly, you guys have been amazing. I got to catch you in Liverpool last week, and I'm going to go straight into it. So I think my favorite part was you started to play a cover of a particular Whitney Houston song, Dancing with Somebody. And you promised, obviously, that if you came back for a full headline tour, you'd play it in full. So I'm going to hold you to that.
Yeah,
But
we will.
Yeah, we will.
I want you to put together a cover album. So what songs are going in? It can be 80s, it can be anything you want.
Cover album. Oh, man.
I would add the Johnny Cash version of the Nine Inch Nails song "Hurt."
Like that.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that one, and then YMCA, of course.
Yeah.
And
Village
then
Yeah, definitely Whitney Houston.
Baby Got Back.
Yeah.
Um,
Ain't Nothing Gonna Break My Stride.
yeah, great song. Yeah,
Maybe some Rupert Holmes. We'll do Pina Colada.
Pina Colada for sure.
This is amazing. I love this album already.
Yeah. Yeah. And
So-
My Girl Likes to Party All the Time by Eddie Murphy.
Yeah.
What a tune. What an absolute tune. Okay, so when's this album coming out?
Immediately.
As soon as
Not
possible.
fast enough.
That needs to happen, and then we're getting a full headline tour of that. Scrap any other album that's happened.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Our entire catalog will be inconsequential after we put that out.
absolutely love it. I mean, so obviously you've been on tour throughout the UK. You're finishing up tonight. Has there been any highlights for you over the tour so far?
Yeah, it's funny. We had this question the other day at a VIP in Birmingham, and we were like, yeah, I mean, we hadn't been to Poland yet, and that was incredible, and Spain was just wild, and Portugal, we'd never been there, and it was so intense. And then we were like, honestly, Glasgow the other night was great, but maybe next time we answer this question, it'll be Birmingham. Turns out it's fucking Birmingham. Like they were wild. We were not expecting it.
Yeah, it was a
Home
great
of
show.
metal. That's why.
Apparently.
It's Aussie's
Yeah,
homeland.
they delivered.
Although I will say Liverpool was quite fun too.
Liverpool was insane. Like just watching everybody bounce around, especially to that the Keizo track. Battle Drums is just insane. Have you guys got any plans to do any other like EDM collabs? Have you maybe looked at, obviously, because like you've got Phase One who does a lot of collabs in metal, maybe Sullivan King, if you guys know them at all?
He actually did something with Sullivan King. I think he remixed
you did, didn't you?
Coming to Bowl or something like that, or
Yeah.
one of our songs.
And then Brandon did something with him.
Yeah, Brandon did
fairly
something with him.
recently. And we did another song with Keizo called Depression Season.
Yes,
well.
you did. I was listening to that
Yeah.
earlier. I was doing a little bit of listening back over. I can't stop listening to Drowning though at the moment. It is so catchy. The video is absolutely insane. It's good fun. Who the heck came up with that idea? Like, what was behind it? What was it like to film?
It's funny because day one, I've been in this band for over almost 20 years, and that's just our humor. Like that's just the humor we sit around and joke about. And finally we were like, fuck it. Like, this is hilarious. Let's do this. So we were just sitting around joking, like, what if we did it and this in a pool? And we were just like, we're like pushing people around and just being shitheads and like kicking everyone out of the pool. And then it ended with like,
Like I really
synchronized swimming routine.
Like I really like the idea of Porter getting pantsed and his beard matching his poopy beard.
It's amazing, honestly. Was that just tied together? You make like a little out of the two.
That was the real deal.
I will never spoil the illusion. That was the real deal.
Yeah,
That's stunning. That is. Wow.
the carpet matched the drapes.
Yeah.
It's insane. So, obviously, you were just saying you've been in the band for 20 years or so. It kind of hit me when Bullet was like, yeah, we've been going for 20 years. They've been going since I started high school, basically, secondary school. So, I mean,
next year, 25 years, right?
It's crazy that you guys have been like, what advice would you give to starting out Atreyu now from yourselves? Is there anything you would say?
To not listen to what everybody else says or thinks, opinions of even fans or anything like that, just do what feels good, just do what you love, and, keep it interesting. Try not to sound like anybody else, just do, which we've never really have, to be fair, but, and just never give up.
Yeah, I think the truer you are to yourself and your version of this existence, the closest, I mean, everyone has their own unique viewpoint in this world, right? And it's a truly unique and magical thing. And all the artists everyone loves are true to themselves and doing what they do.
Yeah.
They're never like, oh, what's going to get me big or what's going to make me money? Like they just like music and start writing songs, and that's what comes out.
Yeah, you don't want to sound exactly like anybody. You can take moments and influence from other artists and collectively mix them together and get your own flavor. But if you try to sound too much exactly like somebody, you just become a watered down version of that, as opposed to being, the solid, awesome version of yourself. So the more honest and true to yourself you can be, and just do what it is that you just truly love and enjoy, and speak from the heart and speak with honesty in your lyrics and stuff, like it'll resonate with people.
I massively respect that. And you know what? From speaking to you and seeing you on the stage, I can tell you guys are genuine and you don't change at all. It's amazing to see. I noticed, obviously, I saw you play in Slam Dunk a number of years back as well, when you came over to Leeds for that. And you guys always have such a really good interaction with the crowd. So, I mean, not all bands do that. How important is that to have for you? And is there, I'll leave it at that for you.
I mean, for me personally, the entire goal of playing a show is to connect with as many people in that audience as I possibly can.
Yeah.
And to make memories and to make them have a safe place where they can be the truest versions of themselves and just have a fucking blast. We want to make memories together. We want to make lifelong friends and fans. And that's the point. Like, this is a safe place to be yourself,
Yeah, I think too, from the perspective of a fan, it's so exciting to feel like you can actually relate to somebody who's up on stage. It's not like we're these larger than life human beings. We're human beings just like everybody else, and we want to make sure that people can feel that and that know that, like, we do see them and we hear them and we're trying to connect with them and try to have a good time with them. And we're not this just, kind of, I don't know, something that's, above and beyond them on stage where we can't relate to them, or something that we are, we're all on the same playing field, and that, like Porter said, it's a safe place. We can come have a good time and, feel like you're a part of something special.
Yeah. So obviously we've talked about like how you guys kind of just stick to being your real selves on stage. And I always like to wrap up the interviews with asking, for a piece of advice that our listeners and your fans can follow. Can be anything at all. So is there anything that you have for listeners to follow today?
As far as advice?
Just life advice in general.
Life advice in general.
I mean, I think we've already slightly covered that with what we would say to our younger selves. It was like, cut out the noise and listen to your own guide.
Yeah. Believe in yourself.
Every one of us has an internal GPS, that feeling of excitement for something that we truly love, and just follow that.
Yeah.
Don't be the cog in the machine. I mean, if you fall to that, great, but that is necessary too. But it's best in my existence. Everything wonderful that has ever come in is because I trusted that feeling and that feeling of excitement, and I followed that true one, not based on greed or envy or anything that's not positive. It's that there's that feeling, and we all have that GPS inside. When you follow that, the entire existence is just fun, man.
When I look back, as years have gone by, and I look back at like where I started as a kid, starting to play guitar, and where we are now, and like I've kind of always analyzed, like, how the hell did I get here? Like, how did I pull this off? And
yeah,
I think a big part of it has always been like, I've genuinely believed since day one that, like, this is who I am, this is what I'm going to do, and there's no other option. And even going through school, I would sleep a lot of my way through high school, and I was not the very best student by any means. And my teachers would kind of be like, well, people even ask, like, what are you going to do when you grow up? What do you want to do for a living? Do you want to be a police officer? Do you want to be a lawyer, a doctor? What do you want to do? And I'm like, I'm going to be a rock star. That's what I want to do. That's what I'm going to do. That's all. Yeah. I cannot picture myself doing anything else. That's all I want to do. And that's all I'm going to try to do. And that's all I've ever tried to do in my whole life. And it just worked out because I just knew it. You have to just believe it,
I
You
love
have to
that
just
so
live it and
much.
believe it.
There we go. The absolutely most important bit to follow your dreams and go for it. Is there anything else in the works that you guys are allowed to talk about at all at the moment, or are we kind of sticking with drowning and
There's
enjoy?
going to be a lot of new music from us this year.
I'm
Yeah.
very excited.
Let's just,
I was
let's just
hoping.
say that.
Yeah. We won't get specific, but there will be a lot of new music, and we'll definitely be touring a lot this year, and most likely back in the UK and Europe. So
That's the
yeah,
best news possible.
time for a headliner. So
I'm waiting for that Whitney cover still. That's got to happen.
yeah,
Uh,
absolutely.
well, before we wrap things up, is there anything else you would like to promote or just say in general?
I mean, if you've heard of us and like our band, thanks for giving a shit for so long. And if you've never heard of us, go listen to Drowning, and we got a lot more good stuff like that coming.
Yeah.
Drowning is incredible.
Yeah, huge
Well,
thank you to you for having us on your show. We appreciate your
As
help
well.
anytime.
honestly, it's been an honor. I know you said not to look at you in this way, but you guys are gods to me. So thank you so much for your time. It's been an absolute pleasure. And
Yeah, no
we'll
worries.
wrap it up like that. So short, Chris, out.